Hello, 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 and welcome to Lunchtime with Dr. Nadine and our special guest, Ruth Bailey, joining us from New York. We're excited to have you here, and we're just asking you to drop in the chat. Let us know where you're joining us from today. Where are you joining us from today for lunchtime? We're excited to know. So, Ruth, that we have here with us, I think we're getting some feedback. And so we may have to mute each other while the other speaks so that we do not get that background, that kind of noise. But let me just tell you a little bit about Ruth. She is a graduate of the University of Albany with a master's in social work. And she moved from social work, and I would love to hear the story behind it, from social work to helping women remove excess stressors and toxicity from their lives and homes so that they can enjoy a chemical-free way of living and manage their physical and emotional wealth. She's passionate about a technique that is called Raindrop Techniques, and I'm excited to learn about that, which helps relieve stress, improve circulation, detox, improve immune function, and other benefits. And I am sure every single one of us, ladies, and all of us listening are excited to know, how can I have a chemical-free life in this chemical world? How can I change the way that I do things so that I could enjoy a healthier way of life? And so, Ruth, we're excited to have you with us today.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So I read your bio. So we have Avril joining us from GA. We have Alana joining us from Grenada. Let us know in the chat where you're joining us from. So Ruth, our viewers would love to know a little about you. So I read your professional bio, but just let us know who you are.
Okay. I'm Ruth Bailey, as mentioned, and I am just passionate about just sharing with other women and just anyone about how to help them to just live a more chemically free lifestyle and environment. I love educating and sharing whatever I can use to help them in their holistic and journey. So.
Awesome. So we'd like to, we want to feel your excitement about what you do. So don't be afraid to be excited, because we want to be infused by your energy. And so
Yes.
we would like to know what took you from a master's in social work to now helping people in an area like what you do right now in terms of just taking care of the health aspects of their life.
Well, I know with social work, you know, you're dealing with the mind and the emotions and everything. And I wanted to have a more hands-on on being able to assist someone with their health. So the part of the raindrop technique is me applying the essential oils to the person's feet and to the spine of the to their spine, and that helps to do a lot of benefits. For example, boosting their immune system, aligning their spine. And it's so cool to experience or to have to see when I do it on individuals, that when I measure them before and after, and actually they do strengthen or not lengthen. So they're actually grow a few inches. So it's a very unique technique, and I think more people needed to experience it. So that's why I kind of switched gears and got into it.
But what would be of such interest to you to move from social work to that? Like, what was the pull for you?
Because it's still helping people, but it's just like on a different level. And I think our world needs more touch, love, and I feel like I'm able to do so, and that's why I got into that realm of it.
Awesome. I would love you to tell us a little more about Rainbow Technique later, but I would like to know, well, like, what brought you to the Runway to Soar coaching experience? How did you get there? from social work, your interest in raindrop techniques and the work that you do with essential oils, into you coming into the Runway to Soar coaching experience. What was that journey like? Like what brought you there?
Well, it was the beginning of the year. I was on a mission to just have a more closer relationship with God and
Mhm,
to just find my true purpose, because I was at a job where I wasn't feeling like I was making a difference. So I
mhm,
wanted to be able to have that purpose and to be able to share more. So
mhm,
I learned about the program through one of my sisters, Rhonda, and she introduced me to you, and then it was all kind of just aligning. Then I learned about you through the character building for eternity prayer line, and then I did your pregnant with purpose
mhm. Oh,
program, and then I was able to get into the runway to soar.
oh, wow. Okay, so I didn't even realize. So you did attend Pregnancy Purpose 2.0 last December.
Yes.
Amazing. And I remember, actually, I remember having a convo with your sister for real and stuff like that. So that was a lot of different touch points that was just leading us right to each other. And so
Yeah.
you went through that program. Did you get what you were looking for? Is what I would
I
like.
did. I did. At that point, I was, ready for change, ready for something bigger and better. And working through the program, I was able to just have a different mindset,
Mm-hmm,
shifting. I was also able to have a different level of confidence, I would
mm-hmm,
say. And even with doing that, I was also able to just break some of the bad habits that was holding me back and was also limiting me, because
right.
we know that some of us have the um, self-doubt and
Yeah.
self-sabotaging and things like that. So working through the program helped me with that.
Right, right. So, what would be the biggest breakthrough that you had there? I was literally just trying to pay attention as somebody was saying that the YouTube screen was blank on her end. So, I just checked and I realized that it's actually working because I just did another browser and it's working. So, Julieta, we're happy to have you here. Probably do a refresh. And so, Ruth, what would you say was your biggest breakthrough? Because there were so many different components in that program, in addition to the fact that you were looking to improve your prayer life or your spiritual life, and you had access to the prayer program. So,
Yeah.
what was your biggest breakthrough in the Runway to Soul coaching experience?
I think it would have to be the whole confidence level that I gained from that, and even with building that confidence and letting myself know that what I have is in me, and that God has ordained me to do better
Mhm,
and bigger, and
mhm,
everything's in me. So I just needed to just build that confidence up to step out and to make those moves that I know that I
mhm.
need to make. And
And you
even
made a big move.
yes, and even with my 9 to 5 job, I was able to leave that and step away from that and pursue this. So
Wow.
it has definitely been a big move and challenge, and I'm accepting it and enjoying the journey.
Wow. So you got the confidence that you needed because you grew the way that you desired spiritually, but you also made some mindset shifts
Yes.
that empowered you to now leave your 9 to 5 and say, I am going to do what I have a passion for and believe that I can help people hands on. And it took, I mean, I guess the mindset shift to give you that kind of confidence to make that move. And I applaud you for it. I
Thank
really
you.
do. Yeah, that's a big move. How long, how many months have you left that job now?
June this year.
Right. You made a big move, and is that move working out so far? I'm not saying everything gotta be perfect because we know it takes time to build your business. How is it going so far?
It is going great. Like I said, I'm just enjoying the journey, and I see God just working things out, even providing different ways for me to share,
Hmm.
different ways for me to connect with people. It's just working out. And there's the saying, where God leads, He provides. So
Amen.
that
Yeah.
It's
And
actually
this
working.
now, today, we have this opportunity for more people to know about what you do. And so we'll need to talk a little bit about that. But you have some love coming in there in the chat. Denise is saying, love your passionate hands-on approach, Ruth. Then we have Ivy saying, tuning in from New York, Westchester. That's my BFF. Go, girl. So you're getting the love and support
Uh,
coming in. And so now you left your 9 to 5, you're full time into a procedure that
mhm.
you call Raindrops. Talk to us a little bit about what Raindrops is and how it will benefit us, because I can guarantee you that as WOW women, women who are on a mission to becoming the best version of themselves, we tend sometimes not to do self-care,
Mhm.
right? Like doing a little mani or petty, I think doesn't cut it. And so, so you have women like this, right? We're so busy doing and serving that
Mhm.
we're probably overlooking like some little elements or critical elements of self-care, which can really help us to become even better. And probably that is where your approach comes in. So talk to us a little bit about that. And then I would like you to tell us whether or not we have access to you, even though we may live in a different state, a different country, a different continent. What
Yeah.
is Raindrops technique and how can it benefit us as women?
So picture yourself, you're as women, we are exhausted at the end of the day. We work in, caring for the home, doing just womanly things that we do. And of most times we have so many things on our plate that we're stretched thin.
Mm-hmm.
So where I come in is at the end of the day, I'm helping you to provide that environment to have that relaxing feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I can share with women many different blends that they can use to diffuse in their homes, with the essential oils and
Mm-hmm.
with the raindrop, I think every woman should experience the raindrop. And for those who have experienced the raindrop, I want you to drop in the comments and share some of the benefits that you've received. It helps women to just relax. It's not only just a touch, it's more mental. It's a quiet time for people to reflect on what they've been doing and just kind of center themselves. It's
Mm-hmm.
a personal time to have with God, even as I'm doing the technique on people. Many people will drop to sleep because it's so relaxing
Okay.
and it just helps the body to detoxify. It helps to boost your immune system. It helps with circulation and with your immune support, which we all need, with everything going on, and a plethora of more other like benefits that it has. I will do a link so that people can learn more about the raindrop, like all of the benefits. But
Yes.
those are just some of the benefits that they can experience. And now, if people want to connect, I have a link on Linktree that they can have to they can email, and it doesn't matter whatever continent, because I envision myself seeing to being able to travel and to do these raindrop techniques, so that more people can experience them.
Awesome. So I have a few questions because we will
Mhm.
need actually, you could actually send me in the private chat, actually the link that we can put on the screen. But I have a few questions because
Yes.
I know that recently, like 2 weeks ago, I was in New York in Shelter Island. I
Mhm.
went on a retreat there, a business retreat. And on one of the evenings, there was a lady who came in to do something called a sound bath technique.
Hmm.
The rainbow technique, anything to that sound bath technique where you're sitting quiet and there is, I mean, maybe in this case, I'm visualizing raindrops. With the sound bath, it's just sounds, etc., etc. It's just something that you actually could give people an experience online, because one lady who was at the retreat from Toronto, Canada, said she
Mhm.
actually do these sound bath techniques with somebody online. And
Mhm.
so I guess, is this something that, for example, one day we can have a Zoom call that we invite people into and you do the rainbow technique for us virtually? Is that something that's actually possible or something that you probably should explore?
Well, it's something that
Mhm.
I can. share the oils that the Raindrop has with
Hmm.
anyone over throughout the world. But the
Right.
technique, I can also show them how to do it. But
Hmm.
it's something that would have to physically do
Ah,
on. But
okay. So, okay.
aside from that, I can also provide some self-care tips. And actually, one of the links that someone can get from the link tree that I'll share with you guys, it's five common things that you should ban from, that you that people use when they're cleaning their homes, that they
Hmm.
can get rid of, and how to what to replace it with. So anyone that does check out the link and share with me what they like about, or one of those five tips, I will set up something with them. They can email me and I will set up a time with them to share more in depth and to see how I can better assist them.
Awesome. So for now, just to get it clear, for me
Hmm.
and for every woman out there who really needs some kind of reset, restorative kind of vibe, you're saying that your services are only in person right now, but you can provide your oils to us globally.
Yes,
So
I can
let's
provide
suppose,
you with the oils that you would need globally,
okay,
and just other techniques that
but
they
if
can.
we want to
Mhm.
experience the procedure, do we want to experience that type of restoration?
Mhm.
Is there any way, since you're doing it only in person, possibly like you travel to places where people can do group? Because I would imagine that if somebody is saying, okay, I want to fly you in just to do this for me, it might be costly. So is
Yeah.
there any way like groups of women, like a women can organize to have a rainbow technique session where you come in and you attend to a group of women at the same time, just how that lady came into the retreat to do that. And I think the following morning somebody came into the yoga. And so people do all these types of things. And is
Hmm.
that what you do? Like you could literally travel. Let's say I'm having a women's retreat next year in Paris or something. And you would travel to that retreat so that you can do this procedure with the ladies and all of us as a form of relaxation. Is that something that you're doing?
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Okay.
So that would be something I will be doing, and I have gone to homes and to perform the raindrop on individuals.
Yeah, I see that Denise is on fire and she's like, Raindrop is so relaxing and restorative. And now that I mentioned the retreat, because I got the idea from that business retreat that I attended, she's like, oh, a rainbow weekend retreat. I want to come. I love it. Denise, I love you already. I love your energy. Where you're from Westchester, we got to hook up. I really like your energy. Love it. Love it. Love it. And
I
so,
love
Ruth,
her. She's a great supporter.
yes, yes, she has like this really great vibe. Like she's like, oh, I want to be there. So, Ruth, this is a new thing to us, but I
Mhm.
know that okay, you went through that. I know that you were working with essential oils, but you got the courage through your experience in the Runway to Soar coaching experience to be able to say, I'm going to step out to do this full time.
Mhm.
Now, I know there are many women because I've had hundreds of conversations with women,
Mhm.
not talking about the thousands that I meet every year. Whether or not we were in COVID, I was interacting with thousands. In at least 1 year, I meet thousands of new ladies. But I've had conversations, discovery calls with ladies, many of whom they feel called to get outside of their 9 to 5. They know that they're not satisfied. They're just, I think yesterday, um, I was speaking to someone who felt that same way, so dissatisfied with
Mhm.
her job, even though she was doing so well, making a lot of money. But she was like, I know that I was meant to do more. I feel the call to do more, but I have this concern about, my family obligations, taking care of my bills and stuff like that. But I have the desire. And I asked the question, if 5 years is gone, how would you feel 5 years from now, being in the same position of wanting the more and still being in that job? And you were able to defy that right now.
Yeah.
And so what would you say to women who, we're not saying just quit your jobs and stuff, but women who feel called to serve in a capacity that is outside of the education, the training, the experience? What would you say to women like that?
I would say take the risk, as I'm doing. Take the risk. because it's very rewarding and very satisfying. And if you believe that God is calling you to do something, like I said earlier, when God calls you, he provides a way. So take the risk and go and do it. Don't wait till, and I think that was one of the when we were doing the discovery call, you asked that question, and that hit home, because I'm like, 5 years later, do I still want to be doing the same thing? And and it's like, it was a big resounding no. So I just said, it's the beginning of the year. We're going to start the year off doing something different, because you
Mm-hmm.
never know. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm following
Yeah.
my passion, following my dream, and it's working
And
out.
you're creating your own path for success. You're
Yes.
creating your own means to be able to live, to be able to have an income. And I believe that, as you mentioned, the time of year, I believe that right now in October, it's a critical time for so many of us women, being in the last quarter of 2022, to begin to plan for our 2023, because the success that you're going to have in 2023 depends on the plans that you're making right now, the
Exactly.
mind shifts that you're experiencing right now. You cannot
Yeah.
wait to get into it and say, okay, now I'm going to have a different 2023. You need to be thinking about it right now. What can I be doing differently? Just last evening, I went to a women's event,
Mm-hmm.
and the presenter was speaking on, financial success plans for 2023. And according to her, she only had 41 days in the year left, meaning, like, I guess, days to work, to do whatever. And just saying, for some of us, it's shorter than others, but we all need to be planning. And that's what I find to be one of the challenges for us as Christian women, is that we don't plan. Like, we're literally, I do a lot of planning, but there's one aspect of my life that I'm significantly lacking, and that's the financial planning. And it's as if God is speaking to me all the way around, because everywhere I turn, that last
Mm-hmm.
time I didn't even know that was going to be the topic. I At the retreat that I was, again, it was right there in my face. The first day I walked into a financial conversation, I left home having a financial conversation. And so I know that I have to be intentional
Mm-hmm.
now, from last evening, just planning financially of how I'm going to go about, how am I going to create income for 2023, but also how am I going to manage the income that comes. And so for a lot of us, I like, as you brought up this idea of the part of the year, for us to recognize that if you're listening, you cannot wait for next year for you to plan to be
Yeah.
successful or to do differently. You need to be making mindset shifts now, making decisions that take you closer to your goal. So, Ruth,
Exactly.
I really wanted to know more about the techniques. You told us about the techniques. You told us about how we could access you, about how you could actually help us, which is a good thing. Is there anything else you want to say to ladies who are listening? Anything at all? Because we need self-care. Tell us about the importance of that. Importance of it maybe for us to be successful. Importance of it maybe for us to just enjoy a better quality of life. Do it now. Jamila said, do it now. Don't waste no time. Jamila is an action taker. I have the honor of working with this woman in my speaker mentorship program, my book coaching program, and now in my mastermind. She's a powerhouse. She says, do it now.
I would say for women, you my sister always says this, and I repeat, so you can't pour from an empty cup.
Mm-hmm.
So as women, we have to pour into us so that we can do better jobs at sharing with our families, with our loved ones. And that's my message, or my takeaway: pour into you so that you can pour out to others. um, Start with grounding yourself in healing, that mental and physical, so that you can be of better service to your family, to the community, to your spouse. So
Awesome. So, ladies, if you have any questions, drop it in the chat so we can ask her, because we still have about 6 minutes. So,
and
I mean,
I'm getting the link to send to you for the.
awesome. So let me ask a question in the meantime as well. If you had to talk to any lady about the Runway to Soul coaching experience, I know you also had access to the certified prayer counselor class and the branding stuff trainings. What would you say to a woman about that program, and how much of a good fit it might be for her, especially at this time of the year, getting ready for 2023?
I would definitely say that for any women looking to make that change, just to, not even just a change, but just to step out on a new platform, a new experience. I definitely highly recommend your program. You have several different ones, and I would say book a session with Dr. Nadine, because you won't be disappointed. She will direct you on which program is best for you if you're into writing, whether it be writing a book, speaking, just encouragement. I enjoyed the prayer course that we went through, and that helped me to just be able to have that personal time with God, and steps that I can take to invite God into my day each and every day, and just different ways of doing it too. So I totally enjoy that, and I encourage you ladies to do so and connect with Dr. Nadine as well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, thank you. I know that the prayer class is usually it's a surprise to so many ladies, but a good surprise in the sense that I didn't realize I needed this to have a mindset shift for business.
Yes. It's
Because
a well-rounded combination that's it's needed.
yeah, because a lot of times we're just thinking, okay, I just need the business advice, which is what we do in the Runway to Soar. But it's like, okay, if I get the prayer part right, it's going to make the shift in my head so I can have the faith so I can do what I need to do business wise. And
Yes.
I'm so excited for you that you were able to take that step of faith. I'm just checking here to see if we have any questions. Also, Ruth, I'm looking for that link from you.
I
Where is
sent
Okay, you sent it to me on Messenger. So I'm going to put that link in the comment section. Then I'm going to show it on the screen as well, because I believe that so many of us need that. So I'm typing that for you guys as we go. And then so it's in the comment section, then I'm going to put it on the screen as well so that you can connect with her. Okay, there we go. We're going to have it here. In fact, I'll also put it here so it can be stable for a little bit so you can see it. You really want to connect if you're looking to really do some balanced work. For me, I know I need the balanced work, and
hmm
I would love to be able to connect with you, even though virtually right now, unless I'm in the New York area. And so if I'm in New York and I want to book a session with you, I can do that and just meet you somewhere. Or do I have to have a place like maybe a hotel or something for you to meet? Or do I come to a location?
Either or, you could come to a location, or I can meet you and we can set something up. Do
Right.
that.
Yeah, I look forward to probably experiencing that, because I'm just thinking of raindrops. And when I was growing up, when it rained, it was such a beautiful time because we'd close all of the windows and what we used to call louvers. You remember that?
Yeah.
Close all of that, put on the lights, and my grandmother would make hot bakes and cocoa tea. And it was always a nice experience, even though there was a hurricane, even though whatever it was, rain was always a cozy time. And so I could just imagine,
hmm
experiencing a cozy time when it is hot and sunny outside, but just to get my soul in such a relaxed state. I look forward to that.
Actually,
So,
the way they got the raindrop is actually you're dropping the oil like 6 inches from the ear to your back. So
wow,
that distance is how they get the raindrop. The
mercy.
name. Yeah.
That sounds like a sexy experience. Let's just keep it real. I mean, yeah, that sounds nice. That sounds really cool. So somebody's saying here, it's an experience worth having, and I'm sure maybe all of us will want to have it. We're planning to have a women's retreat next year, and I suspect we may want to bring you in to have, a communal raindrop experience, with different ladies just to be able to grow and stuff like that. I love it. We have Diane joining us late there from Antigua, but she's like, I'm here, so you guys gotta know I'm here. All right. Antigua is in the house. We're happy to have you, Diane. Diane was in the speaker program. She says, I agree that the prayer section is an absolute plus to the speaker program. And then, of course, if you're in the Runway to Support program, you also have access to the speaker, to the certified prayer counselor class. That's the beauty of the work that we do in helping just women to be able to have a full experience in the work that they're doing. And so apparently we may have had a challenge on LinkedIn and maybe YouTube. I'm not sure why, because somebody else is saying, hi, I'm not getting connected to the video, and that is on LinkedIn. And so I'm not sure what happened today, but I hope that I did check the YouTube one. It was showing me it was there. But we're excited that you're able to join us today. Ruth, we're excited. What you're doing is unique. It's something that's new to me and possibly to most of our listeners today. And we're excited to be able to get the essential oils from you that we need to have better relaxation, to experience more restorative kind of vibes in our lives. But if we could, to experience you working with us live in those techniques so that we can get things rolling better. Jamila says, I'm on YouTube. That means it's working on YouTube. Praise the Lord. Somebody says, very interesting prayer course is amazing. We're excited. Denise is still telling you on beautiful and a beautiful way to spend my lunchtime. Thank you, ladies. You're welcome, Denise. We're happy to have you. And ladies, we look forward to seeing you when we end our series tomorrow. We're going to have our final guest for this lunchtime series segment here in October 2022. We want to make sure that you not only join us, but you realize that it's the time to take action. All of the ladies who came on this week were action takers who did what they needed to do to be able to shift from where they were to where they desired to be. And that's why we want all of you. And so, Ruth, we pray blessings upon your
Thank
job,
you.
your work that you're doing, that the Lord will expand your territory and send you women from far and near who will not only get oils, but we want you to be able to spread your procedures and really use your hand and your gift
Yeah.
to help us so all of us can become better women.
Amen.
So God bless you. Bye, ladies. See you tomorrow at 12 noon EST.